saints, TIs, angels of the Most High. Today is New Year's Eve, or tonight is New Year's Eve, and I'm hearing some fireworks off in the distance. I am in my little room, and I just wanted to come on. I said I was going to come back on yesterday, but had tremendous attacks after uploading that video. I get punished every time I upload a video, but oh well. I'm continuing. First off, I just wanted to say my heart is really broken still. I've been crying again, off and on all day, even while I went for a walk. And you'd think on Christmas and New Year's Eve, the stalkers would take a day off, but they don't. And it breaks my heart how wicked the world has gotten. And I just remember back in the 80s, man, the 80s and 90s, how much different it was. And it's like, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to be on this earth. How wicked it is. No, I'm not suicidal. They love that. The gang stalkers love that. I will never give up. Each day that I breathe is another chance to get it right with the Lord and to try to help someone. So it just breaks my heart how wicked things have gotten so quickly, especially after the scamdemic. And I don't even want to be a part of youboob anymore. I quit for 2 months, maybe 3 or 4, no, it's been longer than that, about 6 months ago. And then I came back on, and it's just been awful, totally awful. Not just because I get more attacked, that's, I'm used to that, but just the truth speakers, we're being silenced. And those that are working for the enemy's camp are being promoted, and it just makes me sick to my stomach how much slandering and hate and jealousy is going on. And these are from people that are supposedly targeted. If you're targeted, you don't want to hurt somebody else, because we know the pain we suffer day in and day out. Why do you want to hurt somebody else? And people are spending their time gossiping and slandering and calling people out. It's sad. It really breaks my heart. This community is just not the same, and I don't really want to be a part of it anymore, y'all. And so I'm wondering, should my last day be New Year's Eve tonight? I don't know. I'm praying on it. I wanted to end this year with a positive message, but just every time I go online, stuff pops up in my feed from these fake targeted individuals and these people stealing other people's word from the Lord and then making a mockery of us, saying that we don't hear from the Lord and calling people all these horrible names. And it's just, it's not right. We're supposed to love our others as ourselves. So anyway, what I wanted to do, well, I'm kind of venting, I guess. It's been another really bad day of attacks all night, and I don't know if I'll be sleeping outside tomorrow or not, so I got that going for me. But anyway, I have a roof tonight, and I'm grateful for that, because I feel like they're going to be doing some beep. What better way to mask chaos is with large crowds, right? So anyway, what I wanted to do is remember those targeted elect of the Most High who are no longer with us, or they may still be alive, but they're not on youboob anymore. youboob has removed them. I'm basically removed. The only people that get through are the agents of Satan and the remnant that had already, been subbed to me and will actually go and look for my videos, because they unsub everybody or they block my videos. So I appreciate y'all, my true family, the remnant. I know all y'all are probably by yourselves tonight as well, but we're never alone. The Holy Spirit is with us. The Most High God is with us. We have arcs all around us, and some of us are arcs. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that Father chose me. I'm grateful that he allowed me to have these 7 years on youboob. But like I said, it just hasn't been the same really since after the scamdemic. But this year has been the worst year for nothing but just slander and hate and gossip and lies. And so anyway. So what I wanted to do again is shout out to all the targeted, chosen individuals that are no longer here or that are no longer on YouTube. The first one is, of course, going to be Sarah Forth Calling channel. That was the main channel y'all knew her by, y'all remnant that have been with me for a while now. You know, some of y'all since the very beginning, 7 years ago. And isn't that funny, the 7-year trib? And I'm feeling like this is my last year here. But Sarah Forth Calling was her main channel, and then that was taken down, and then she had Karen, a warrior against the darkness. Karen was her real name, and she was my best friend. And she's gone on to be with Yeshua, Jesus. And I miss her every day. I miss her. And so I just wanted to remember her and all the lovely, beautiful work she did for Father and sharing her gifts with everybody. She was a seer. She had a lot of spiritual gifts and just a kind, joyful heart. She had a great sense of humor. So anyway, I hope I get to see her soon and dance and shout in heaven. So anyway, that's the first one that's no longer on this planet, Janet. And then the second one is, well, let me take that back. The rest of these people, I'm not positive if they're here or not. If they've been taken out, if you know what I mean. Or if their channel was just taken down, or if they were silenced. But the second one means a lot to me as well. She's the first one I connected to on youboob, even before Sis Karen. Sis Karen was second. But this is one of Father's angels, and we connected online, and then she used to do live talks, and then we connected on the phone from there. And her name is Daquita Carva, and she had Mystery of Iniquity channel. And she hasn't posted in probably a year and a half or 2 years. And I miss her a lot too. We had a lot in common. She was very gifted, and back when I started this channel, nobody was talking about this being a spiritual battle, being targeted and gang stalked, other than her. She didn't really talk about the angelic part. That was more of what Father called me to speak on. But she talked about the spiritual part, about the demons, and she had a lot more knowledge on, more of the science realm fitting in with the spiritual realm. And very anointed, very kind-hearted, fun person, laughed, just happy all the time, and I miss her. So anyway, that's a shout out to Daquita Carva, also heavily, heavily targeted. She lost her job as a nurse for 16 years when she really became targeted, meaning Father woke her up. That's when we really get hit with the targeting, is when we're awoken. And then she ended up getting divorced. Her husband was part of it. She moved in with her mom. If y'all don't know, her mom was a witch, and I believe her mom did witchcraft on her, and then we don't hear from her again, okay? So that's two. No longer on youboob for a couple of years. Then we have Fred Wust, also known as Budgie. He also had Fred Frederick Wust, Truth News. He had several different channels. By the way, you can still find these channels. You can find Sister Karen, not under Sarah Fourth Calling, but under Karen, a Warrior Against the Darkness. Well, I didn't check today, but I checked maybe a month ago, and it was still up. You can still find Fred Wust, but only a few of his old channels. They deleted the ones that had a lot of knowledge. He was also a lot like me. He was heavily targeted by the criminal cops. And funny enough, he lived like 45 minutes from where I lived. When I lived in New Orleans, he lived about 45 minutes away, but we didn't know each other then. Once I move away from someplace, then I'm connected to someone. They try to make it to where we never, ever get to meet. But he disappeared after the cops came on his property illegally, shot his dog, well, not shot, but tasered his dog in the eye who was protecting his property, and did a lot of illegal stuff to him. So shout out to him. He was a forerunner to what is now taking place. Again, his name was Frederick Wust. Also, his nickname was Budgie Wust. So that's 3 that are no longer on youboob. Then we have Sherry Schreiner. She was a little more, I guess you could say, new age in a way, but she believed in the Most High God, and she had a lot of knowledge. They've removed all her prayer points, everything. I looked about 3 or 4 months ago, and that's all gone. And she was a big threat to the satanic system. She is also no longer on this earth. Talked about angels and things like that. Had a lot of spiritual knowledge. And again, no longer on this earth. Then we have Seth Thomas Light. Y'all have heard me ask for prayers for Seth, Brother Seth. He had another channel, and I can't remember the name now. Why don't you just tell me the name? But he has not uploaded in months. He has not responded to my emails. And he is also a forerunner. He suffered a lot, was made homeless. Last, he was in a homeless shelter in New York. You heard me. And I've been asking y'all to please keep him in your prayers. Hopefully he's okay, but he is no longer on youboob. Also heavily, heavily targeted and very knowledgeable and anointed by the Most High God. I believe another angel. Then we have Jonathan E. Triumphant, another kind-hearted, funny, happy person, full of love and light. He was from Canada, also heavily, heavily targeted. They even went after his elderly mother. Just wicked things they did to him. No longer on youboob. Then we have Next Level. Now, I saw him in a chat, and I don't get on a lot of chats, but this was maybe, I don't know, 9 months ago to a year ago. And he saw me on there, and he's like, Lena. And then I was like, Next. And he spells his channel was NEXXT level. But I haven't been able to find him anymore. So shout out to him. If y'all know if any of these channels have changed names, and maybe they're just keeping me from finding this out, please put it in the comments, okay? Put it in a Go Cup and get the heck out. So shout out to him. Another forerunner. Heavily targeted. True speaker. Very anointed. Then we have Servants Research Ministry. Brother Brian is the one that did that. If y'all knew, we used to talk on the phone. He also happened to live by me. He lived about 2.5 hours outside of New Orleans, but I did not know that until after I moved to New Mexico, which was only for half a year. Father guided me there for half a year. Spiritual things, just a really lot of wild, cool things happened to me while I was there. And it was my fault, y'all. I did not trust because I'd been backstabbed so much by fake TIs and by fake friends and all that I won't even go into it and don't even remember exactly, but we were talking on the phone and we had both seen the chariots of fire. We both got pictures of them got videos. I uploaded them. I'm going to say this was 2018 is when this happened, because that's when I lived in New Mexico. That's how I know the year. I don't know the month or anything, but it's when, right around the time, it was the first time I ever asked for donations. And I'd been on YouTube several years, a couple years, I guess. And it was because they poisoned my dog, Beignet, who's also gone on to be with Father. And she's been gone 2 years, December 5th, which also made it all the more harder when they did all that stuff to me, still in my wallet and my phone. It was that, in that 1 week that she died, is when this all happened, at the beginning of this month. And I almost froze to death outside, but Father protected me. And anyway, I asked for help to get Beignet to the vet, and y'all came through. I got $300, which is actually what it would have cost. It was right at $300 is what I was quoted of them, doing whatever they were going to do. And none of the vets in the entire city would help her. And because I'm on foot, I had no way to get anywhere else. And Father told me, I said, Father, I can't get her any help. No one will take her. Vets have always harmed my dogs. They've given her the wrong pill. They give her a rabies shot for a 60-pound dog. She weighed 5 pounds. Just a lot of wicked things, because they're also part of the system. Now, not every vet, but the ones that they allow me to go to, okay? They're all part of it. So, Father told me when I was desperate and couldn't get any vets to help her, he said, you trust me with your healing. You need to trust me with her. Give it to me. And so I did, and I prayed, and 3 days later, she was okay. So it was back around then, Brother Brian from Servants Research Ministry and I were really excited because we both saw the Chariots of Fire, Angelic Army. We both got pictures. I uploaded it online. I held up my phone because I'm old school and showed y'all what it looked like, and he had it as well. And then within a few days we talked again, and something like got me kind of nervous, like, oh man, he's one of them. He's trying to find my location or whatever. And so I just said, I gotta go, and I hung up very rudely on him. And because he was also heavily targeted, that hurt him as well, because we're extra sensitive. We're empaths, y'all. Anybody that is one of Father's elect, an angel on the front lines for Jesus Christ of Nazareth, which I know the remnant we are, we're highly sensitive. You're too emotional. I've heard that all my life. We feel things other people don't feel. We have big hearts, okay? And so we get hurt. And so little things add up. And because we're constantly being harassed and sabotaged and Judased out is what I call it, we may overreact from time to time. And so I did by saying, I gotta go. And I hung up real rude. And then he maybe, was a little more offended than somebody that's not an empath. He took it to heart and then didn't call me back. And then my phone got stolen. We lost contact. And now his channel has been gone. So prayers for him. Again, a lot of y'all knew this channel. Servants Research Ministry. He's also an angel, okay? High-ranking angel, I believe. So that's Brother Brian from Servants Research Ministry. And then we have the last person. Oh, no, 2 more. I've got 10 people on this list to remember. And if y'all know any more TIs that are no longer on youboob or no longer on this planet, put it in the comments. I'll try to do a shout out on the next video. The next one is, I talked to him on the phone one time, and I rarely ever give my number out. And I've given it out, I think, maybe 6 or 7 times to people that I've met online. But this was back in the day, before the scamdemic, where the last one I gave it to broke my heart again, but we won't go there. I feel very, very sorry for these people that come against us and slander us and all that, it's not going to go good for them. And they're in a lot of pain to be doing that to other people. Gang stalkers are in pain, y'all. If they're still human, they're in pain. They hate themselves. That's why they do these wicked things. And we shine a light on the wicked they do because we didn't sell out. We're true to Father and who Father made us. And so that makes them all the more angry because they didn't have our strength and our courage. Because why? They don't know Jesus Christ. That's why. He makes all the difference. But anyway, the 9th one, this guy I did talk to once, and it was a while, it was at least 6 years ago. And his name is Steve. And I can't remember his channel, y'all, and it's not in my thing anymore. They've deleted it, or they probably deleted his channel, but a lot of y'all will remember he lived in his car. They made him homeless. He used to be a bodybuilder. Then he couldn't get any work. You know how it goes. We're blacklisted from anything. I can't even get a job at a dollar store. I can't even get a job raking leaves, doing housework, anything. But he was a bodybuilder. His name was Steve, and he's had several different channels. And his brother is a big part of it, and he used to call his brother out. And he made videos. I think one of the last ones I saw, they destroyed yet another tree. They love to chop down the beauty that Father makes, right? Ruining this beautiful tree that was in his yard. If y'all know who I'm talking about, put it in the comments. Shout out to him, Steve. And then the final one is what I was going to say. Now, she never came on and said she was targeted. But she's one of the first people that I connected with online. She is a very sweet lady, a very kind-hearted lady. And youboob started doing stuff to her channel. She was helping to expose being, because she knew I was targeted. At first, she didn't believe me. She thought, you know how they do. If you're not targeted, you think we must be doing something to deserve this, or it's in our head, or, we might be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But then she apologized and said, no, this stuff is real. She started doing research. I believe they started targeting her to an extent, but because she's basically in a wheelchair and she's older, okay? Young at heart. I don't think they went full force on her because she doesn't usually talk about that, but she was helping to expose it. But I know she is one of Father's elect, okay? And so shout out to her. She's no longer on youboob. I had asked y'all to pray for her several months ago. She was in the hospital in ICU. She got out of ICU and then she was doing okay. However, my phone got stolen and we have not talked yet since. I can't find her number. The emails were deleted. You know how they do. And I have not got a response in, well, I've only emailed her twice, so. But still, I haven't heard from her since last month. But the end of last month is when they stole my phone and I was outside for the 7 days. So maybe she emailed and they've deleted it. But anyway, she's no longer on youboob is the whole point. They were doing stuff, giving her strikes all the time and messing with her channel. Her name is Sister Jeannie Hardesty. So these are the 10 people that I wanted to remember. 2 are 100% no longer on this earth. 1 was my best friend, Karen, Warrior Against the Darkness, and her other channel was Sarah Forth Calling. Her name was Karen. I'm not going to say her last name. A lot of y'all knew her. Okay. And then the other one that's also gone on to be with Yeshua is Sherry Schreiner. Then we also have Fred Wust, who I believe the cops have something to do with him disappearing. Daquita Carver, I believe they also have something to do with her. Next Level, Seth Thomas Light, Jonathan E. Triumphant. I believe the cops have something to do with him. Steve, the bodybuilder, ex-bodybuilder dude. Servants Research Ministry, Brother Brian. And Jeannie Hardesty. So I just wanted to remember all those targeted, persecuted, chosen individuals that gave selflessly to help other people. And prayers for everybody going up. I will come back on after this uploads, so check back. I will, y'all. I'm not even going to eat yet until I get this out, because if this is going to be my last video, I want it to be more uplifting. Well, maybe I should eat because I haven't eaten yet. I was trying to fast today, but I'm like kind of shaky. Maybe I shouldn't have drank 3 cups of coffee. Everybody calm down. But I don't want to go out of the new year crying. So I will come back on, y'all. By the grace of the Most High God, if He wants me to come back on, I will be on in maybe a few more hours. But I will come back on and try to give y'all some uplifting things that Father has told me. That I've got pages and pages of things Father's told me. And also something important that I had said yesterday, I was going to tell y'all what to do about combating all these fake phonies that are around us. And so I've got a list of things Father showed me. Funny, I wasn't guided to do that last night. And Father downloaded more things and guided me to scripture today that I wouldn't have had I uploaded it last night. So now I know why I didn't upload it last night. So, all praise to the Most High God. And I hope y'all have a very blessed new year. Something has got to give here. This wicked cannot go on like this, y'all. Keep shining your light. Keep staying in the fight. And I'll be back tonight. I'm all right. Don't nobody worry about me.